right. So hello everyone and welcome and thank you so much, for joining us today. So just to go through house rules quickly. So please keep yourself on mute during the presentation and there will be chances given to everyone to interact and engage. And please pen down or write any
Sure.
questions that you have or in the chat section. So we'll revisit once we have the Q&A session at the end. And you're allowed to make notes during the session. And um, well, any questions after the end of the session, you can probably pen down and reach out to me on my email. So I've put my email here as amanraffi@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Just to move forward now. So this training is about and workshop is about maintaining mental well-being while working from home. So easy to remember this way, I've put it that way. Now, there's one thing, if we can all agree on one thing and also ask this question to ourselves is, has the pandemic made life difficult or challenging? So the one thing that we can all agree on is that coronavirus, COVID-19, has changed everything and we all had to adjust to new ways of living and working, correct? Yeah, but there are
Yeah.
perks to
Yeah.
working from home, like, we don't have to clock in, clock out in the exact time or hour or take the commute or transport as often, right?
Yeah.
And there are many other perks to it as well, with regards to, but there are also other buts too, from feeling stressed, having boredom, anxiety, and uncertainty. And this is all completely normal. So everyone experiences this, and there's no need to be shy to open up about it. Yeah. Now, alongside this, there's been many other aspects where people worry about when it comes to like job or future prospects, or they're trying to look after their kids, while they're working from home. Now, the top 7 steps to feel more productive and taking good care of your mental health in these difficult times. So I've jolted them down here. So the first one, to be set a routine and stick to it. Find a place and make it a dedicated workplace. Yeah, break, break, break. Now, the reason I say break 3 times is in that, long hour routine, try to take short breaks. Yeah, and don't try to confine yourself working from home in front of a screen. Yeah, and try to, take some time off screen. Yeah, and so basically, it will, when you take breaks, smaller breaks, it just refreshes your mind and body. Now, stay connected with friends and family and social groups. So that's really important. Give her.
Sorry for interrupt, Aman. Some of our members, they can't hear properly. Is there anything?
Okay, can I come closer? Is that better? No?
Yeah, I can hear, but some of them, the chat box, they can't hear. So.
Okay.
Okay, carry on. Yeah, just inform me. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can't hear, don't worry. There's a recording that we are doing right now. So we'll share the recording as well as I'll share the presentation too. So you're more than welcome to drop me a line on my email and I'll share the presentation as well. Yeah. Yeah, and give and request for space, setting up rules. So that was the point that we were discussing. And after that, always stay long-term focused and staying kind to yourself. Now I'll go into each details. Yeah. So set a routine and stick to it. So what I mean by that is follow your normal sleep pattern and work pattern. So if you can, try to stay consistent. Don't try to do like, okay, I'm sleeping like 4 a.m. in the in the morning, or the next day you're sleeping at 8 p.m. or the other day you're sleeping at 11 p.m. Try to maintain a routine and pattern and try to stick to that. This is very healthy for your mind and body both. Now, get up at the same time and eat breakfast and get out of your pajamas. The worst feeling is that when you try to stay in your home clothes, your body or your mind automatically switches on as if you're in that comfort zone. So you're no longer active and you try to act and, be lazy in that sense. So when you change out of your pajamas and into like a normal, comfortable dressing, then that is when you can be more productive and stay active. Now try scheduling in your commute time that you're saving on and spend it in exercising, reading, listening to music, before you just log into your workplace or in any other activity that you do. And most importantly, when your work day stops, stop working. This is what I keep telling to everyone, and even my peers and colleagues, that when you're off work, that means you're off work. So shut down and stop checking your emails and focus on your home life, because it's very important that you keep your home and your work life separate. At the end of the day, try to get to bed at your usual time. So when you cover your sleep more, you're prone to less anxiety and less depression as well. Now, find a place and make it a dedicated workplace. Now, what I mean by that is, I think there are more people who want to admit. Okay, I've just put on admit all. Yeah, I would advise everyone to try to, make it within the first 5 minutes of the meeting when it starts. Okay, so find a quiet space away from people and distractions. It's easily to get distracted when you're working from home because of kids, or because of, the delivery guy who pops up at the door, or when, other matters come in when you've got the TV switched on, and these aspects. Yeah. So everyone, can you keep your mic on mute, please, if you're listening in? Yeah. Thank you. So, and get everything you need in one place before you start work. Yeah. So, for example, your chargers, your pens, your paper, anything else, and shut the door if you can. Yeah. Obviously, we know a lot of people here in the UK, they might not have a proper set of working space. So, even if you can find a corner, yeah, just stick to that corner and make it your dedicated and designated workplace. Yeah, lastly, get more comfortable in your workplace. So what I mean by that is, while it might be tempting to sit on a sofa, it's much better to sit on a desk or table and try to make that comfortable, and use the NHS guidelines to set up your workspace correctly as much as you can. Yeah. Basically, you have to keep your back upright, have a proper chair, if you want to put, those cushions to support your back or your other parts of the body, you are most welcome to do so. Even you can keep like a stool under your feet, yeah, so that you don't get tired. Now, if you do not have an office furniture like an adjustable chair, try using things like, as I mentioned before, cushions to support you in your chair, or a box or a footrest. Yeah. Now, what I meant by break is, try to take short breaks. So working at home can easily make you feel lazy. Yeah. And uh, obviously boredom and tiresome. Yeah. And just being present is no use of your time. It just, and if you're mentally upset, or if your mental health you're suffering from, and making time for breaks is very important to manage with feelings such as stress, and try to take lunch, regular screen breaks as well. You can't be focused on your screen throughout all the day. So it's important to take those screen breaks. Yeah. And just even for like 5, 10 minutes, even if you have to walk out and come in, it just helps you becoming more productive. Yeah. And if possible, set a time to go for a walk, run as well. Maybe you might enjoy bike rides, yeah, or take some fresh air, or go have a coffee, and just, walk past a coffee place. But try to maintain social distancing guidance when you're outside of your home. Yeah. And working from home means you might be spending a lot more time without moving your body as much as you would normally do. Yeah. So that's why I keep urging and stressing that you have to keep giving yourself small, short breaks. Yeah. And try to stretch your body and do exercises at home. Now, the other thing is stay connected with family and friends and those social groups, including this one or in other groups that you might have, because that actually helps you deal with a lot of the mental issues as well. So while working from home has its benefits, you may also feel more isolated. Yeah. Now, but there are a lot of ways to stay in touch with those who matter in your life, like your friends and family, and boosting their and your own mental well-being. Yeah. Now, in and out of work, as a human, we interact and that interaction is very important. Now we are there to at our home, sitting at our desk. So, instead of just emailing, I would really advise to pick up the phone, call your friends, or have a video call, so that if you're struggling with working from home, you can speak to your colleagues or your peers or your manager about your concerns, even with your family and friends, because they're going through the same thing, your colleagues and peers. So they would know exactly how they have helped themselves so they can help you. And it's always a good channel of communication if you open up with everyone and be honest and upfront. Yeah, make time to socialize virtually, so you can schedule like a digital or a tea or coffee break, or even have like an online get together now and then. Yeah, and even you can look at downloading some apps you can really download and play games online if you wanted to with your friends or family. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all day long. Yeah, what you need to do is just try to keep yourself motivated and enlightened. Now, give and request for space. Now, setting rules. Now, what I mean by that is, setting rules with your other family members who are at the household, or they might not be your family members, but you might be sharing a living space with them. So it's key to mental well-being while you're at home to setting those rules. Yeah. So you can be more flexible when you're at working from home, but however, you can easily get distracted with, kids at home who start thinking that you are on a holiday or want to spend time with you, and things like that. And many a times your parents or other friends might take you for granted knowing that you're working from home. So they might ask you to do some other chores, or they might, not respect your privacy and they might just walk in. So it's very important that you establish those rules that when you're working, so you are working. It's not that you're sitting home and uh, you need to be logged in and you need to stay and try to make the max out of your time when you're working. Yeah. And those setting those boundaries actually helps you eventually, because then you're less stressed at work. You can complete your work and finish on time rather than taking your laptop and working overnight. You're better off switching off once your work time is off, and you spend that time with your family and friends afterwards. Yeah. Always stay long-term focused. So what I mean by that is you may be continuing to work from home for a long time. Now, obviously, the UK government, they said, things will get back to normal when the first lockdown happened, then the second lockdown happened, now the third, and we don't know honestly when this is going to end. So we need to be mentally prepared, as well as prepare our environment and space, how we can work and how we can try to improve our ways of working from home. Because in the long run, what I've heard many employers, not all of them, but many of them, they're considering, many majority of your time still working from home, even if you do the lockdown restrictions ease out. So unless you're a key worker, that's different, or your job requires to be on ground. But otherwise, most of your time, you might be working from home. Now, try to explore how you can work with others. Are there different ways to talk online or new softwares that you can use to ease up your work? Yeah. Now,
Hmm.
staying kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge that you might not be as productive as you usually would be. Yeah. And be realistic about what you can achieve given the circumstances, and relax when you work is done. So what I mean by that is don't stress out too much. I know it's easily you can get swirled into, just staying on your laptop. Maybe you might just after work you might just end up watching Netflix or movies or anything. So you need to give basically comfort and relaxation to your mind. So you need to take screen breaks, like I mentioned, and you need to rest, even if you have to take a quick nap for like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, I would encourage you to do so. Yeah, because your mind and body, they they don't listen to your routine. They listen to their own will. Yeah, there is a time when you are working long times and long hours, they might just switch off. Yeah, and you might get into a lot of troubling factors. So it's very important that you're kind to yourself, to your mind and body. Yeah. And for further advice, you can actually go on to um, supporting other colleagues and other workplaces, and you can visit this website, which is Mental Health at Work. So this is a government approved um, provider where you can actually go and learn about how you can stay motivated, how you can improve your performance, as well as what things that you can do to stay healthy by mind and body while you're working from home and you're in lockdown. Oh, thank you guys. I know there's some few people who are congratulating. So yes, you can email your inquiries either to my address or to unitedyouthguild@gmail.com. No problem. You can use both channels if you want a copy of the presentation. Yeah, and we'll send across to you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I can actually hand it over now to Pooja and Rahman with regards to the next steps of this.
Hi everyone. Hi Aman. Thank you for your uh, big efforts for us.
Yeah, no,
And
thank you.
I want to share a few things with my
Yes,
members. Yeah, it's really important in this difficult and challenging time, especially for young people from diverse and disadvantaged backgrounds. So it's really important. It was really important this webinar. Uh, the importance of professional support and guidance in the job market is crucial. Hope everyone know about that. Yeah. So I'm going to share a few things about our organization. So yeah, our organization doing great work at community and grassroots level, access globally. We believe our youth workers have the ability to engage a wide variety of youth. Uh, we expect from our members, all around the world. Our youth workers understand they're not perfect, but don't have to be right all the time. So just remember, uh, uh, they have a willingness to learn and grow. So hopefully we learn every day. So and the thing is, I have 5 points to share with our members. Can you hear me all?
yes,
Yeah,
we can
everyone.
hear you, Rahman. Yes.
Yeah, everyone can unmute. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Any ideas, any words you can share with us? So uh, 5 key working methods I'm going to share with you, all of my dear members. First one, United Youth Guild having a safe space for youth. We're promoting open youth to youth communication. This is number 2. And number 3 is multicultural bridge building. So that's 3 our aim. Another 2 is enhancing leadership development among young people. And number 5, connect and support. We will support you, all of our youth, uh, few areas like web development and SEO. Will support your education, will support your insurance, travel, home care, cover, mobile, energy, and helping you to connect with others. So, is there any questions from our members? Please, you can raise your voice and ask me and Raffi. We can answer you. Yeah, any ideas, any questions? Or you can leave your questions through Gmail.
Yeah, maybe I can ask people,
Yes.
to give their feedback as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, go on.
I mean, maybe I can ask Pooja, Muhammad, who are on the call, or any other member if they would like to give some feedback. You're most welcome to.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening for everyone here. I am Musa Ibrahim Barka from that country advertising and representing a chart. My question, which were the plan for future program and uniting for young people or how can working used to my question.
Right. So, if I understood your question properly, um, with regards to, I think Rahman would be the best person to answer your that particular question on that.
Yeah, could you repeat your question, please? Sorry, I can't hear properly.
Yeah, Musa, can you repeat your question again, please?
Please.
Yeah, yeah, you understand for me. So my question was, I want to plan for future plan for uniting. So we have which plan for here in France, young people for organization international and representing country is there. We have to which plan for future and working for young people. So just to my question, this I want to.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Musa. Uh, Musa is just introduced. Musa is one of the
Shukran, shukran,
uh,
yanchik lafia.
yeah
Merci beaucoup. Thank you so
youth.
much. Absolutely.
You're welcome. Youth leader in Chad. He's one of the famous youth worker. So yeah, I just a few minutes earlier I released 5 key working methods for us. During lockdown, currently we are in lockdown, so we are doing online webinar session, and after lockdown, we will start our first project. So our starting point is Asia and Africa. So we have a plan. So we'll email you. Could you if you email us, then we will inform you about our plan and everything. So very short words I share with you. Our work is having a safe space for youth, uh, which is includes all youth work, promoting open youth to youth communication, and especially multicultural bridge building. We have now about 200 members worldwide, globally. Uh, uh, More than 25 countries. We reach our executive committee and everything. So anyway, we'll review our committee again. So another thing is enhancing leadership development among young people. What we're trying to do, we're trying to train young professionals and graduate students to develop their leadership skills. And finally, what we will do, we will have a partnership with college, insurance companies, travel agencies, home care cover, mobile companies, uh, energy, and we will connect with them, and as best we try to support our members, our youth workers. But depends on how we work in. So depends on your work, your activities. Yeah, you communicate how you involve with youth. So that's it. So details will email you. If you guys have any internal question, you can email us. We'll try to
Yes, yes,
answer
of
you.
course. Yes, email is there. So thank you so much, very much for this introduction is important for me because I
You're
like
welcome.
why I am asking you for this question because please I'm sorry for you,
No, it's all
and
right.
here
Absolutely
in my
fine.
country. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, absolutely fine. You guys can question.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, just so country director and lighting to organizing in the evenement and in chat and the evenement after give and the rapport for all the activity and the country here. So So because go work for activity for in the leadership in the sensibility in mobilization and the people in charge country director is while it asks to you, we will file for authorization for working in the government, just working, and this you sending any work for rapport for annual just for like this my question because
Yeah, sure. We'll update you soon. Yeah, we'll update you. Thank you, Musa. Thank you.
thank you so much, my friend.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Shukran. Thank you.
Any other question, please?
What is the manual program of United Youth Girl?
Yeah, Abdul Karim.
Yeah.
Could you email me, bro? Could you email me the your question?
Okay.
Then we'll send you details. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll pass it to Aman, I think.
Yes, Rahman. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. For if you have more questions on that. What was the last question again on Rahman?
I think Abbas was asking, are you conducting any manual program in UK? He was asking about that, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you meant by manual. Do you mean like physically, like face to face? Do you mean, or?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we are more than happy to do so. However, right now there are like government restrictions in place and there's lockdown.
Yeah.
So once we have more clarity, when we can resume, because there are still restrictions on people meeting in groups. So last I checked, when even for weddings they had restrictions of not more than 10 people or so
15,
before.
10, 15.
Yeah, and so we're not quite sure when these restrictions are going to ease out, but whenever we can, we would be happy to, roll out face-to-face learnings. But so far it's online, right?
Yeah. So it's nearly finished.
Thank you so much,
4 minutes.
Aman and Rahman, for giving this wonderful session, and thanks for giving this point, and we surely will follow on those points and all that, and surely will help to someone for that young youth, and whatever you wanted to help for the UK people, definitely we can do it. So you just, if you have any in mind, you just share our thoughts with us, and surely we'll do some support in a unity way. Thank you once again. Thanks you.
Thank you everyone joining us today. So we'll provide attendance certificate for this session. So soon you'll receive your certificate by email. So please, any question about today, so please leave us email. And thank you, Aman. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Aman. Thank you, Pooja, and the rest of the team. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care, all of you. Bye-bye, beautiful souls. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye.
Thank you so much. Shukran
See you another time.
See you soon.
Bangladesh.